silver and black. To talk about the game. So I'll be handing out cards and everything. I'll be at every Raider game. So.
Good evening, Raider Nation. I totally just screwed that up because I didn't give my man a chance because I didn't have my settings right. You guys already see it. You know what I mean? So we're just going to go right into it, man. Raider Nation. To another edition of the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show coming to you live tonight. And obviously this one is going to be special. As you can see, we got super fan Scott Boe in the Man, I cannot wait to have this conversation tonight. I mean, we're going to talk about it all. If you don't know, now you know. This man has been to pretty much almost all the stadiums away and home in terms of watching this thing we call Raider Nation. And definitely a special place in my heart to Mr. Scott and Cammie. So shout out to Scott. Welcome in the building. Welcome in the building, brother. How's it going?
Man, I got no complaints except I always like to start with the mask on, but damn, it's hot. It's hot. I mean, where I'm at, it's not Texas hot, but it's hot. It's not Vegas hot, but it's hot.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, but it's been a good summer, baby. It's been a real good summer. How about you?
You know, I can't complain, man. Life is doing what life does. You know how that goes. But this season, man, I really don't know what to expect, man. Let
me make it easy for you, baby. What's today's date?
Today is August 12th, 2025. Yeah.
Brother, it's August 12th, not December 12th. We're going 17-0. You asked me today, we're going 17-0. We're taking them all.
I hear you, boss, and I believe it, man. I know how you feel. Man, you know, it's going to be a tough one for you and I because I don't think you've seen me in this state.
Nah, well, I mean, like I said, I've said this pretty much every time I've been on your show. I try to remind people, and maybe you need reminding sometimes too, my friend, that this is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have a good time with this. And how can you have fun if you're not optimistic about it? Especially when, I mean, we still got 2 preseason games.
Absolutely.
You know? Absolutely. So to me, and you know, I told you beforehand, we took our grandson on vacation, and I did not get to watch the first preseason game in its entirety.
Right.
Because he's at that age now where he likes escape rooms.
Yep.
But I caught the highlights, you know, and saw some of the sped up versions of the game, and I understand that there's plenty to not like about it, but if you're pressing the panic button after the first preseason game,
right.
What are we doing? Wait, Ashton Genty's a bust because on 3 carries in the preseason. I mean, get out of here with that, you know. So yeah, I'm still optimistic. I'm going to stay optimistic. You know, I do this every year. I go, okay, you know, we're going to go 17-0.
Right.
If we drop the first game, I'm going to tell you we're still on track for 16-1. You know, you got to look at it like that. This is supposed to be fun.
Right. Nah, I'm with you, man. You know, it is supposed to be fun. And the problem I'm having is, you know me, I'm Mr. Optimistic, man. I've always been optimistic. And I feel like sometimes that whether they know it or not. And in this case, I don't think he knows it. But and right, that's the front office. That's Mark, the owner himself. They take the joy away in terms of, some of the constant mistakes. You know what I mean? And my head has always been positive from day one. Right? And now it's like at some point he's got to get it right. There's a lot I've been thinking about, and I'm not saying this is not his fault. I've been using, people building things for their quote unquote children, right? And handing some things down, and it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense sometimes, because what if your kids don't want it, right? What if they're not interested? And the truth is, Mark is just not a football dude.
Right.
And I'm not saying he's not trying, right? Because he's trying. I've been shocked at, how generous he's been, how opening of the wallet, all those good things, man. But
I'm going to take just 1 second to disagree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You should.
When you say Mark's not a football dude,
right.
He's not a football dude when you compare him to his father. But then again, nobody is.
Correct.
Right? Now, let me ask you, when Cliff Branch and Al Davis were having some problems with his contract, do you know who Cliff Branch's agent was? It was Mark Davis. So no. Mark has not been, working at PF Chang's this whole time. He's been around the game. He's been around the players. He knows a bit. And what I like about him and respect about him is that he is smart enough to say, hey, I don't know everything. I don't have that experience base. And so he tries to bring in the right people. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. Yes. But in terms of optimism and having it beaten away, I think coming off of last season, I understand. Last season, but think about it this way, though. Do we expect those same results this year? Do we expect a 10-game losing streak this year? No. Do we expect to go almost 3 months without a victory? That was an anomaly. That was crazy. That was almost historic, So I don't expect a repeat of that. I understand because last year was a beatdown. Last year was tough. When it got to be 6 games, 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, 10 games, it was tough. But man, it's a beautiful thing. Everyone's 0-0, right?
No, you're absolutely right.
Hey, you want a silver lining for that preseason game that everybody's so mad about? We're still undefeated.
You're right. And you're absolutely right. It'll be 0-0 come September. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. My thing is, man, it's just, I think, it's like I said, the fun for me, because I've been constantly on the positive side. I've always been the one to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm talking all the way up until where now I start to feel a little insulted.
Right.
Because, and don't get me wrong, it's, and yes, I am serious in some ways, because this is the biggest ticket in NFL. It's expensive as all heck for us to pay the hard-earned money we pay to go watch these games, man. And I don't think we got our money's worth last year. You know what year I think we stopped getting our money's worth? When we lost to the Bengals. I think that was our high point.
Yeah. I think that was still a bad call. That was still a bad call. He was out of bounds before he released that ball. You can never tell me otherwise. That was a bad call.
Yes, I agree. 100%. But in all honesty, man, I don't think we've ever, that was the highest point we got. And it's been downhill ever since. And that's why I say, I'm not saying this man isn't trying. I'm not saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Okay. If we're talking about, last year was a beatdown and we've been downhill ever since. Fantasy draft. You got 2 choices. You taking Gardner Minshew or you taking Geno Smith? I'm
taking Geno Smith all day,
bro. Fantasy draft. Are you taking Zamir White? Respect Zamir. I'm still a fan, but are you taking Zamir White as your starter or Ashton Genty?
I'm gonna have to take Ashton Jansen. You're gonna have.
So, you know, I think it's not just that I think it's not just that I think Mark is trying, and I do believe that he is. Actually, this is the kind of where I was trying to go earlier by saying he's been around the game.
Right.
Is there is nobody in football right now, except maybe Josh Allen,
Right.
with a bigger monkey on his back.
Yes.
Because Mark Davis wants to win a Super Bowl so bad because his dad won 3, and Mark Davis, at least in parts of the media and in parts of the fan base and in large parts of the NFL, isn't taken seriously.
Right.
And he won't be taken seriously until he gets that chip.
Yep.
So I don't think there's anybody that wants it more than Mark Davis does.
Right.
You know, because like I said, the only other guy I can even think of with a comparable monkey on their back is Josh Allen.
Right.
That's the only guy that's even close.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right. So I'm going to take a real quick short break here. You know chat lives always matter. Peace, man. GeoMax in the building. Raiders. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. We got my number one main man and moderator, Sack Town. Raider Mike is in the building, too. Scott. Hey, GeoMax. Raiders better beat the vaginas of the Niners. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll talk about
I think it will. I think it will. I think it will.
You got my brother, man. My ace, Coon. We got Chris in the building, man. Protect the Shield podcast is in the building.
What's up, Chris?
We got another one, man. My ace, my right hand, my co-host, man. We got Raider Transplant Angelo in the building. Check us out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Knockout Canvas, baby. And yeah, that's our little quick section of Chat Lives Matter. We'll obviously continue to shout people out and questions, right? All that good stuff as we go through, man. But I want to continue, man, because I want you to flow tonight. I want to know what you want to talk about. I've honestly been dying. I had all of this stuff written up, right? I told you I was going to get all, man, screw all of that stuff, man. I want to hear what's in your brain right now. How you really feel like, and I'm glad you are still positive, you know?
Hey, chat, Terrence also knows that I tend to ramble.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll start right there. You don't think we got anything for the 49ers?
I don't.
Who do they have at receiver now?
Well,
who do they got?
That's very true. That's I mean, yeah, that's true.
I mean, and admittedly, it's hard to call. It's a preseason game, so you know, is their third string better than our third string? That argument every year, but I don't look at that team and see the 49ers that I saw the last couple of years.
Right.
They don't have Debo. Ayuk's hurt again. I mean, what is it? Jennings wants out.
True.
You know, I mean, that's a team that's got some issues, and I don't see them. The last couple of years, they've kind of been a powerhouse, and I don't see them that way this year. I don't. I see a team who, unless they really hit on some draft picks, make some major, that's a team whose window is closing. Right. That's what I feel like.
No, I don't disagree there. I think the same, that the window is absolutely closing. They got to make some moves real soon here. Yeah. They're capable. I mean, their problem is their own division. I mean, I'm going to be honest. The Rams, man. I think with Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, they got a running game. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you an unpopular opinion since you brought him up.
Yeah,
I still got love for Devontae.
Hey, a lot of people don't have.
I still have love for Devontae. I really do, because you could be mad about the way he left, and I understand it. I get it. You know, we're coming off of a Week 4 win against Cleveland. I was at that game.
Right.
It was the weekend last year of the Bolitnikoff Foundation Crab Fest. It was a great weekend. He didn't play that game. We win. He comes in Monday, Tuesday, and says, I want to be traded. I can understand being mad, having some resentment for that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away from the fact. Don't let it take away from the fact that when Devontae was on the field for us and he was wearing the silver and black and he had the Shield logo on the side of his helmet, he gave us every goddamn thing he had.
He did. He did.
So,
he did.
So I know, hey, unpopular opinion. Some people aren't going to like it, but I don't think of Devontae the same way I think of Antonio Brown, the same way I think of Randy Moss. You know what I mean? I, I still got love for Devontae.
Nope, that makes a lot of sense, and that's fair, bro. I agree. I think that's very fair. It's you know, and some people were rubbed wrong, right, on how that went down.
Yeah,
no, it is what it is. I wasn't upset. I thought everything, you know, went the way as good as it's gonna get based on, and this is the thing, right? Because it took me a long time to comprehend it, and this is another reason why I have a problem with what's going on. We can't get superstars because of the way we treat them. You see what I'm saying? This is I'm gonna get the back. The only reason we got him is because of obviously his boy.
Yeah.
Literally the only reason we got him.
Which is why I still have love for Devontae. I have no love for Josh McDaniels. I just like the rest of Raider Nation.
Yeah.
I won't talk about it's off Raiders for a second, but it affects the Raiders. And you remind me of it when you were talking about the division and the Rams being there and all. We have the same problem, obviously, right?
Oh,
but the biggest news the last week or so is Chargers losing Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, that was
like, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Now they're going to roll out. They're going to move Alt, who spent all off season, all last year playing the right side. Now they're in the last minutes. They're going to move him to the left side, and they're going to put in Pipkins on the right side.
Yeah,
dude, we're going to eat. Max is going to eat. Butler's going to eat. Kuntz is going to eat. I'm telling you.
You know, although, you know, he's the pedigree, let alone the fact that that was his original position. So
that's fair.
That's going to be that big of a problem on that side. I think it's like you said, the front side, and that should be Max's side. He should eat out of that. I 100% agree. I think that is going to be big. Yeah, I think that's going to be big. But that's in the passing game. We don't have a running defense.
Yeah, true. And they got Najee and they got Amari and Hampton, but it hurts that too.
They got who I consider to be the best running back in this draft. Actually, I had it 1A and 1B. I had Amari and Hampton 1A, and I had 1B for Travion Henderson. That's what I had as the top running backs out of this draft.
Right.
And I think they're already showing it. I mean, specifically, obviously, Henderson. I mean, and that's the difference, right? That's the difference between, like, you picked him at 6. I don't think you have a problem now after you see that type of production immediately right out the gates. But picking Ashton Jeanty, who looks, quite frankly, honestly, like a midget out there, you know, he's all you keep hearing is he's so tiny, like he's a little baby or something. It's I don't know. It's just gonna be tough for us to live down picking him at 6, in my opinion.
I disagree with your assessment of him, but I understand how you feel because the size of the running back is what's bothering you, and you got some background in that. I get it.
It's not just the size though. It's not just the size. It's his style of run with what we currently have, right? Which is why I didn't think it was a good pick at 6. We don't have an offensive line. I think we can see that now, right? We got JPJ, who that's a whole nother conversation as far as him supposedly being our center. Now
we'll get to that.
You see what I'm saying? So there's just a lot of things going on right now that don't fit. It doesn't mesh. Yeah. And I mean, the most obvious thing that I think everyone is literally just, it's going over everyone's head, our schedule. It is mean. Brother, we're going to New England to play a 10 a.m. game for the opener.
That's a win.
I wish I had that optimism.
That's a win. Chalk that one up.
Another reason why I'm a little upset. Now, look, I've been talking about this, and I'm going to continue to preach it because I want people to see the stark contrast and difference. You look at how Mike Vrabel, who Turf wanted as our coach, going to keep it a beam. I wanted him because I knew he's absolutely every bit of a player's coach, just like Pete. He played the game.
Right.
But most important, he's a young, hungry, defensive monster. In the right way. There is no playing games. It's win or go home. And Pete right now is coming with this attitude to try to, I guess, make everyone feel comfortable that he's old, right? With doing young guy things and running around tackling dudes on the field and practice. Like, dude, you're gonna put yourself in hospice. Like, are we like? I mean, Mike Vrabel is over there. Those guys are in intense fights because they're getting after it. And you saw what they did their first preseason game with the two. Right? You see what I'm saying? You see that attitude? And I know more than everybody. I shouldn't say more than just like everybody else that's played this game. You are going in there for war, buddy. It ain't no fun in games like you like it to be. You know what I'm saying? The way you make fun in games is by making it as tough as it can possibly be so that the game is that simple. That's how you and we're not.
But doesn't Patrick Graham give you something like that?
He did, but I don't know. I think Pete Carroll is making decisions right now. I think it's got to be everything falls on the head coach, right? It fell on AP. Sure. It came down to the decisions that were being made. I just think that Pete Carroll is making some terrible decisions, man.
And I
agree with the whole offensive line side of things because, I mean, by week 6 we might get it together, and we'll probably be 1-5.
Which was it AP that did that, or was it McDaniels? It was McDaniels that did that. Where like the first 5 weeks we had 5 different starting offensive lines. I get that. 100% I get that. We brought it up now a couple of times. Let's just tackle it right now. Put JPJ at center. Put him at center. Right? And as for Jordan Meredith, okay? Jordan Meredith played his ass off last year. When he finally got in the game at guard,
right?
We saw a dramatic uptick in how productive we were able to be well, maybe not dramatic. We still finished last. But we saw an uptick in what he was able to do in the run game as well. Yeah. I don't know why they did take a kid who 2 years ago was the best center in all of college football, and you don't play him at center. I don't see that logic.
And that's what I'm trying to see. So now you got to see. I've always been all of these great terms that came from all these other places. Trust the process. I'm so tired of trusting the process right now, Scott. I've been trusting the process, brother. And what I've been doing is not paying attention to this. Not using my own I have been. It's just I wouldn't publicly say it because, I've always been the positive. Right. I was going to every game just like you, right? All those good things. And it's at a point where, man, all our money's paid for us. No playoff games. We got one playoff game.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about the whole trust the process mantra and why that needs to be put to bed for a while is how many different processes have we been asked to trust in the last 5-6 years?
5 or 6.
It's a new one every year. Sometimes it's a new process in the middle of the year, right? And that's why when I was on your show last, we talked. It was right after Pete got hired,
right? And
I told you I was not a fan of the move. And it was because of his age. It has nothing to do with can he coach? Is he a likable guy? What's his? It's none of that. It's the fact that I wanted us to get somebody who we could stand behind for the next 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. And Pete ain't that guy.
I agree.
But having said that, he's the guy. He's who we got. He's the guy, right? And by retaining Patrick Graham and making him, if I'm not mistaken, the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league.
Correct.
And by bringing in an offensive innovator like Chip Kelly, who has shown the ability to adapt his schemes to his personnel.
Absolutely.
I kind of disagree with you that I don't think that Pete is the one calling shots on what defense gets played. I don't think he's calling the shots on am I misunderstanding you or what?
No, because the contradiction there is we all know what Pete's style is. Just look at our cornerback room.
Yep.
He's gone because of his height. We all know he was honestly the best cornerback we had. I'm not a Ja'Cory Bennett fan. I mean, you can ask any of the guys. I've never stood for him in any way because of the whole injury thing. As well as I had a theory, right, that all of a sudden now that theory started bouncing back up after we let him go or trade him, if you will. But that's my thing. Pete's name is over all of this stuff, man.
I suppose that's fair. I suppose that's fair. You can't look at the defensive backs. Yeah,
safeties too. All of them 6'3".
You're right.
I mean, you can't tell me you're not nervous about DeCamry and Richardson possibly starting for us or the other rookie.
I'll tell you. All right, let's go to roster. We want to start on defense. Where do we want to go?
Going all over the place. I love talking to Scott, bro.
I
love it.
We'll start on defense, and we'll start in the defensive back. Safeties, I'm happy. I like Jeremy Chin.
Yep.
I like him a lot. He's a hell of a player. I like Polamalu. I thought last year when Epps got hurt and Polamalu had to come in, you could see his growth throughout the year. And he just got better as the year went on. And he's big and he's rangy. I like Polamalu a lot. I don't know that I like the depth behind him, even with signing Tremaine Edmonds.
Wow.
I don't know how much faith I have in Edmonds to stay healthy or to produce at his previous level. I don't know. I don't have much faith in Chris Smith. I don't have much faith in Trey Taylor. I just don't. So I like the starters, and I like them a lot. I feel real comfortable with them at safety. At corner, go ahead and name me a corner.
DeCamry and Richardson.
Okay, he makes me nervous. Name another one.
What is this? The new kid.
Eric Stokes makes me nervous.
Stokes.
Darian Porter makes me nervous.
Yeah, see?
Right? They all make me nervous. I ain't gonna lie. They all make me nervous. Right? But why does it make us nervous? Right? Is it because we've had the time and the ability and see how good they are or not? No. It's because we fear the unknown. We don't know what these kids can do, and we've been burned. Let's be honest. We've been burned.
Right? As burn gets. I agree.
So am I gonna lie to you and say, yeah, I think we got them locked down? I thought Ja'Cory Bennett took a big step up last year before he got hurt. I thought he was playing really good ball, and then we trade him away. So I understand that, Pete, because I have this in common with Pete. I don't know if you remember, but I didn't like Amik Robertson.
Right.
Not because of anything, not for any reason except for the fact that dude was 5'8".
Correct.
He was a hard worker. He was a ball player. I've got respect for him. And when he did his thing, I gave him his flowers. But when we drafted him, I went, what are we doing? Because he's 5'8". Right? So I got that in common with Pete, that I like the tall, rangy, fast corners, but we got a group of guys. Let's put it. We have a group of unknowns. Even Stokes, who's got some run. Before he had his injury problems, he's still an unknown. They're all unknowns. Every last one of them. I'm nervous, right? And we want to move up to linebackers. I'm nervous there too.
Yes.
They're saying that, okay, we moved Jamal Adams, who's had significant injury problems.
Right.
And Jamal Adams looks great. Cool. For how many weeks? Right?
Yeah.
Devin White. They say, Devin White looks great. Devin White had 2 interceptions today at training camp.
Yeah.
Cool. For how many weeks? Right. And the funny thing is the guys that have typically stayed healthy, Jermaine Pratt, Landon Roberts, we don't hear anything about them out of training camp. Mm-hmm. Now, is that purposeful? Is that, wink nudge with the beat writers? Hey, don't talk about these. I don't know, but I know it doesn't inspire confidence when the people that are the linebackers that are getting the most run and getting the most pub and getting the most hyped are the guys that might not be there in week 7.
Right.
I don't like that. That makes me nervous. Right. I know you weren't a big Divine Diablo fan, but I wish we would have kept him. I wish we would have. I like him.
Yep. I'll be honest. I was not a Divine Diablo fan. Again, he's another project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Converted, another conversion.
Sure.
Right? Safety converted to linebacker.
Right.
They just haven't done well for us.
So then, and we talk about Eichenberg and the kid's name that they drafted, Corey. I don't remember his name now. But you hear nothing about those young kids either. So there's the other part. When you look at Jamal Adams, now Jamal and Devin are young still, but they're the injury-prone ones. You look at Pratt, you look at Roberts, they're not entering the prime of their career.
No.
So I feel like we've got injury and age to worry about. We've got the unknown to worry about at corner. We've got the possibility of injury. And look, it happens. We've all seen it happen. We've all had a favorite player. He was our favorite player as a kid growing up, and we're watching, and we expect the world from him, and one day we realize he just woke up old.
Right.
Right? For me, it was Terry McDaniels, by the way.
Yeah.
But so I've got those concerns at linebacker. I'm not gonna go pie in the sky it and say, oh yeah, we've got, I saw somebody. Oh, who was it? It was I think maybe it was Deshaun Reed, or I'm not sure, but they said, well, linebacker is probably going to be a strength of this team.
Right.
I don't buy it yet.
No, I agree. I mean, I thought it's going to be the strength of our team, meaning it's the best unit we have on that side of the ball. Yes.
I mean, so I'm nervous about that. I'm concerned with it. Make no mistake, you know me. I'm positive. I'm not just a fan of the organization, of the team. I'm a fan of these individual players. I've had interactions with some of them. They're all been really great to me, great to the grandkid.
Right.
I cheer for every single one of them. So if I'm saying something, hey, this makes me nervous, I hope if they ever saw it, they wouldn't take it personally because it's not meant like that. I'll cheer for them anyway, no matter what.
They all know. I shouldn't say they all know. Yeah. The bottom line is we do this because we love the team. We do this because we love the players. We don't want anyone to be unsuccessful. But the reality is we also, want to be realistic and give true, honest takes on how we feel. And there's no hard feelings. For me, it's always about your play. I'm attacking the play. I'm not attacking the person. Right. That might sound strange to but I don't get it. But I'm never attacking the person personally. I'm 100% talking about your play. You know what I mean and how you fit in. Now you as a person messing up the locker room and things like that, then I got to talk about it. You know what I mean? Right. But outside of that, it's about what you do on that field.
Right. So now let's round out the defense. We get to the defensive line. Obviously, Max is money, right? Max is Max. My boy, Adam Butler, got that bag.
I like Butler.
He got that bag. I've been talking about Adam Butler for 2 years.
I agree.
2 years I've been talking about him.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy because he's that guy that does everything well to set up everyone else on the line. Right. He's that guy that does the dirty work, right? God, I love Adam Butler. If there were no Max Crosby, I would tell you Adam Butler's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I believe. You've always liked him.
Right? Now,
your guy.
Now, Malcolm Kuntz, big question mark, right? Big question mark. He went into last year with high expectations based off the last, 8 weeks of the year, right? But prior to that, he had 3.5 years of not really doing much.
Right.
And now he's coming back from a catastrophic injury. Okay. Now, mercifully, that catastrophic injury, mercifully, I say in terms of looking forward, that catastrophic injury happened very, very early in the season. So he's had a long time to rehab, recover, do everything right. But I think there's a little bit of, and I'm an optimist here, but I think there's a little bit of myopia that says, Kuntz is going to come in and blow up. Well, I mean, he might. But if you really look at it, he had 8 good games.
Yeah.
Before the injury.
Right.
So I'm concerned there. Tyree Wilson, they're saying that he looks so much better this year, but they said the same thing last year.
I don't believe it.
Last year we heard about how he was shadowing Max, and he went to the
Right.
sack summit with Max, and
Right.
boy, he was going to break out, and he didn't. He didn't.
Nothing.
Didn't embarrass himself. He deserves to be in the league, but when you are a top 10 pick, that's not enough. That's not enough. You can't be a top 10 pick rotational piece. And there's a reason Malcolm Kuntz is still ahead of him.
Correct.
Coming back off of that injury. There's a reason Kuntz is still ahead of him.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm interested to see this Ja Joyner kid.
Yes. You know, he's from Connecticut, man. Shout out, Ja.
Yeah.
Danbury, Connecticut kid. If you know about CT, man, it's hard to come out of Connecticut playing football.
Man, in terms of his measurables and how he tested and all, he's an intriguing prospect if he can put it together with, you know, the skills, really, right? You can have all the traits in the world, but if you don't have the skills, who cares, right?
Correct.
So I'm interested in Ja Joyner. And then, like I said, I did not see the full game against the Seahawks, but I heard that Tonka Hemingway looked good.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Yep. People were very pleased with what they saw from Tonka.
No.
I'm really in a tough place in terms of a lot of these things. Again, we have this Wilkins problem. I think they didn't handle it right yet. Once again, I think they find a way to mess that up, which yet again gives you the reason as to when somebody looks at this place, right? Did you really honestly think we were going to get a Micah Parsons, who's got his whole career in front of him, to come to the second worst, most dysfunctional team in the NFL? I don't look at the Jets as being worse.
Come on now.
Be honest.
Come on now.
No, I'm saying the front office. Like,
Top of the head. Cleveland Browns. Now what's up?
Okay. We're in third. But no, seriously, you said earlier too. Remember, you were like, so people wanted Ben Johnson as a coach. Ben Johnson has his whole life. Do you really think Ben Johnson was going to come here with the dysfunction? Like, it's just, man, that you saw how they treated McDaniels, and he was supposed to have full right. I remember Mark was talking big about him getting through.
I remember Raider Nation was excited too.
Absolutely. And that man got cut in a year and a half, man. There was no such thing as getting him anywhere close to where he had any expectation.
All right, but let's be perfectly honest about it. That dude deserved to get clipped.
No, I agree. Yeah, we were all happy for him. Go.
But so to finish off the defensive line, the absence of Christian Wilkins is huge. I don't know that I agree with you that you can put that on Carroll, Spytek, those guys, and that's only because obviously we aren't in that training room. Now, the rumors were that the Raiders doctors said you need a second surgery, and Christian Wilkins said no, I don't, and I'm not going to do it.
Correct.
Time went on. So, you know, if that's the case, okay, well, maybe Christian and his doctor's right. Maybe the Raiders doctor is right. Do you want to press forward with that? You know, I hate losing a guy of that caliber. He's a hell of a talented player. People want to make fun and do all that because now he's not a Raider. He's a hell of a player. He is a difference maker on that line, especially between Max and Adam, right? And so now, you know, who do we replace him with? We trade for Thomas Booker. You know, you've got Jonathan Laulu. How do you pronounce his name? Laulu?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Shout out Laulu.
I don't know. You know, but you certainly don't have, and again, with a guy like Booker, with a guy like John, we don't know what they're going to bring. So it seems like basically, if you look at our entire defense, right? How many guys do you look at and you go, I know I can count on that guy? For me, it's three. It's three. It's Max, it's Adam, it's Jeremy Chin.
That's it.
Right? And that does not mean that these guys can't come out and ball out. Maybe by the end of the year, Eric Stokes leads the league in interceptions. I don't know, right? but we certainly don't have that past history to go back to and go, oh, okay, I have an idea of what he's capable of what he could do. And so it makes me very nervous, especially, reading what I read about how Seattle basically just ran down our throats.
Right.
And then, what is it? Jalen Milroe looked good too.
Yeah.
He looked good throwing the ball against us. So hopefully we have some guys that just kind of emerge, because we're going to need them to. Because like I said, Max, Adam, Jeremy Chin, that's who I got as the guys who you go, okay, I know what I'm getting out of him.
Right.
So check in with the chat. What's the chat's thoughts on our defense?
Well, let me see who is even in the chat, because we do have some folks in here that came through. We got Billy Davis, the superstar Billy D in the building. What up, Raider Nation? Turk in the chat. Appreciate you for coming through, Mr. Billy, man. Hope you enjoy the show. Well, snap. Oh, my guy, Billy. Yes, Billy's my guy, too, man. We got my main man, ASAP Hood, is in the building, man. Shout out to ASAP Hood. 30 minutes late. Sharp on the dot. Good days to y'all Raider OGs. Appreciate you for coming through as always, my man. Hope you enjoy the show. We got Reese Rock in the building. I think he was commenting on that cornerback conversation we was talking about. Shout out to Reese Rock. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Yeah, I got TikTok finally on here somehow. Shout out to my TikTok people, man. If you don't know, now you know. This is a YouTube channel. If you don't mind, please come on over to that YouTube channel, The Ultimate Raider Fan 32. Like and subscribe, right? Please like and subscribe. Let's hear a little bit from ASAP. You cannot build a consistent winning environment without y'all being the real glue. Holding it down. You guys are truly talking like such real OGs. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
And the truth is, hey, Scott and I put our money where our mouth is. We absolutely have gone to more games than most. It's just facts. And I'm talking within the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Particularly with the move. And man, that's why I love chopping it up with him, because I get it. He's been just as optimistic as me. That's why I wore 2 P's in the pod for the most part. And I'm the one going to the dark side now, because it's just one of those things, man, because I am in this for the long haul. And I'm not saying, obviously, you're talking about a super fan here, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly he's in it for the long haul. But it's just, I'm going through my moments right now. It's been a rough year for Perth, just in general, right? 2020 it's been disastrous.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel a little less optimistic just with our conversation about the defense we just damn had.
So, yeah, I don't know. Turf is definitely in the unknowns in terms of what people would consider to be negativity, but the truth is, I think I'm just being a little bit more objective. I'm no longer, like burying my head in the sand, right? I love Ashton Jeanty. I think he's going to have a good career. I just don't think he was the best running back in this draft, and I get plenty of reasons as to why. And we're all going to see them. That's the thing. You're not going to have a choice. You don't just learn how to block overnight.
See, but here's the thing. Just because you said you feel like you've gained objectivity. I've talked to and seen too many people that take that and they go, "Oh, well, I'm just objective now." This team hasn't won consistently in 20 years.
Yes.
It's not objective to say, "Hey, I don't think they're very good." You're playing the safe odds. That's not objective.
No, that's
the historical, the history, right? So, and the other thing I would tell you is this: one of the reasons why I am intentionally optimistic is I don't want to go to a game with a sour face and
Yeah.
steal somebody else's joy each time, you know?
That's true. That's very true.
We could sit here and have conversations and go, yeah, you know what? I really don't know if this guy's going to. I didn't like Amik Robertson. Say, use
Right.
that for an example, right? But I've seen too many people say, oh, well, now I'm objective. And so then every single one of their takes is negative,
Right.
and they get to be like a dog on a bone with it. You know what I mean? It's like what I like about you. One of the many things I like about you, my friend, is that you can state your point,
Yes.
right? And then hear somebody else's point, and we can move on, and we can do so in an amicable way. I take you back to the freaking civil war within Raider Nation regarding Derek Carr.
That's a bad one. I don't know if we'll ever have another war like that ever again in
Right.
history.
And what I don't understand is, why do people get so entrenched in that shit? This is supposed to be fun.
Yes.
Right? And look, Derek Carr, whether you liked him or you didn't like him, you thought he could win, you didn't think he could win, the guy played his ass off for us.
He did.
He had.
He did.
You know? So I'm intentionally optimistic because I don't want to be in that type of environment in sports talk in general, but certainly with the team that I love and I'm passionate about. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So you said you were
fair.
Yeah, you said you kind of let me just kind of go where I want, because you know I'm going to anyway. I'm all over the place.
Absolutely.
But so one thing I wanted to say though is, you know, you've always said from day one, chat lives matter. And so if you're in the chat and you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have an argument you want to make it, because I would love to engage with the chat, because this is essentially the online tailgate. Really?
Yes.
I'm drinking beer. He's drinking beer. You're probably drinking beer, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk some damn football, Raider fans. Let's go.
Absolutely. Bring in those questions, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is out there listening. We have quite a few. We got a few out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
While we wait for that to come in, we'll move to the next unit, which is special teams.
Yes. It's a third of the game still to this day, and with the new rules, got to talk about it. I mean, hey, one of the big rookies scored on it, right? In terms of Travian Henderson on a kick return, right? Then there was a punt return from the kid from the Ravens, right? The Ravens, there was a rookie on the Ravens that had a punt return. Looked fantastic. The Ravens look unstoppable. I mean, they'll win the rushing title again, no question.
I think the Ravens, on paper, they look like the team to beat, if you ask me.
They have so much depth.
They look like the team to beat, and it kills me that John Jenkins went there too. God damn it!
He's good in the middle of that line. You see him? He's out there looking good. Big boy. It hurts.
So for us, obviously, AJ Cole is AJ Cole. Right. Everybody knows he's the best in the game. Anybody wants to argue it, just tell them this, right? Who are the two best punters, arguably, to ever do it? Obviously, the legendary Ray Guy, and then the second coming of Ray Guy, who was Shane Leckler. And to this point in his career, AJ Cole has better numbers than both of them.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
AJ Cole is him.
I did not know that, bro. Honestly, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's that dude.
Who is that dude? Because I've always said he's literally the best player on our team. That's including Max. Am I lying? That's including Max Crosby, well, believe it or not. And now you know why, ladies and gentlemen. You learn something new every day. I did not know. Ray Guy is a legend. I mean, all of them. But that's impressive. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, he's the best interview on the team. If they ever like AJ Cole at the press conference, I'm like, yeah, tuning in. It's hilarious. Let me ask you: should we be concerned about Daniel Carlson?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he missed that game winner.
Right now, the game winner got blocked, and he missed one earlier in the game.
Yes.
Right, and I remember last year. He wasn't as Mr. Remember, we lost to the Vikings 3-0. And I think Carlson missed 2 in that game.
That was horrible.
Now, I'm a Daniel Carlson fan. but I'll be watching him this year. You know, I think there's a reason why he hasn't been extended yet. You know,
it's a good argument.
And I'm a fan of his. I am a fan of his. I think he's a hell of a kicker. But if he starts to get erratic, I mean, should we see what happens?
Yeah,
it's a cutthroat league. So hopefully he got his little jitters out, you know, and he starts booming them again. Because remember, he was one of, if not the most consistent kickers in the league.
He was at one point.
So whatever's going on with him, I hope it's just a little glitch.
Right,
you know?
right.
At long snapper, we've got Jacob Bobenmeyer. I still miss Trent Sieg. I know it sounds like I'm trying. It sounds like, oh, you're the fan that's trying too hard to name everybody. But Trent Sieg was probably the best number 47 we've had since Tyrone Wheatley.
Right. No, absolutely.
Trent Sieg.
Shout out Tyrone Wheatley.
I could not believe that we let Trent Sieg walk. And a funny story, last year, we're playing the Falcons Monday Night Football. It's my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we're mired in this massive losing streak. So Cammie and I, because it's my birthday, we splurge. Cause it was my birthday, so we wanted to splurge. And we were in this massive losing streak, so the prices went way down. And we bought tickets to the VVIP section. Behind the Raiders bench, 50-yard line. It's got the club underneath the stands.
Right.
And it's got this little, they call it like a little patio, but it's just field level. There's a bar for you to set your drink on, and then there's the field, right? And so I am loud. And so I'm yelling at everybody. But I'm not that guy, like, if you come off the field, you had a bad play, I'm going to start heckling you, right? I'm yelling, hey, don't forget you're the best in the world, all that kind of encouraging stuff. So then Bobenmeyer sits down.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be third quarter maybe. And I'm yelling, and he won't turn around. And he won't even give me one of these. He won't give me one of these.
Right,
nothing. I get nothing from him.
Nothing.
So then I keep, at that point, I've had a couple. I keep going, right? But it's nothing bad. I'm not saying anything bad.
Right.
So then AJ Cole sits next to him.
Right.
And I'm still going, nothing. AJ waved to me before he sat down, right?
Right.
And AJ goes to get up, and I yell, AJ! I said, help me out. Tell him Trent Sieg would have waved at me. And then AJ just fell out. And Bobenmeyer never did wave at me. Son of a bitch. He's the only guy I never got anything from.
Right. Couldn't get anything out of him. That's hilarious.
Now I want to go this year, and I want to yell at him, and I want him now to not give me anything. Right. He's the only guy. Like, I want to have that story still. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But at any rate, when Carlson's missing, it's not because of the snap.
No.
When that kick was blocked, it was not because of the snap. So I have nothing bad to say about Jacob Bobenmeyer. He's doing a fantastic job. Probably even a little better than Trent's. Nah.
Right.
But and then who do we got? It's hard to really say anything about returns just yet because we're basically throwing the kitchen sink at it.
Correct.
There were reports out of camp just earlier this week that we've had Genty back there.
Correct.
Right? And you and I know Genty's not going to be doing that.
No.
Right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. And then when you look at Trey Tucker's increased role in the offense, are you going to put him back there? Probably not. So where are we at? Are we back to Dylan Lobby? Dylan Lobby may not even make the roster.
I mean, although that's game, but so what is your thoughts on Trey Tucker? See, I have mixed emotions. I know I'm definitely getting hated by some of the Raider fans that absolutely love him. I'm pretty sure he's got a relative that listens to us. I'm gonna keep saying it until they out themselves, so that because look, we've already said it. We already gave a disclaimer about the players, etc. But I get tired of people saying, well, he hasn't had a quarterback. He hasn't had this. They're giving him excuses. Brock Bowers had the same quarterback. Jacoby Myers had the same quarterback.
No, that's a false equivalency, man, because Brock Bowers lives underneath. Jacoby Myers eats underneath. Trey Tucker's game is speed. Trey Tucker, and I'll tell you who else got screwed over by Gardner Minshew's ineptitude. DJ Turner last year, too. How many times you see those two young men running with a step, and Gardner either didn't see him, didn't throw it, or threw it well behind him? That's not an excuse, man. That's a damn reason.
No, I get it. So, and everyone says these exact same things, but the problem I have is with what my eyes and what I've been seeing, my experience, all the good receivers still find a way.
I'll say this.
Maybe this is his year to find a way. But I'm just right, and that's why I'm saying, if I'm going to be fair about this on one side, I got to be fair about it on the other. And I have to, right, because I hold Jacoby Myers way more accountable. You know that than I do, right? And that's why I'm saying, how can I give, him a pass when, let's be honest, guys, he hasn't really produced much.
And especially in the first half of last year, he had the dropsies a little bit. He did.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that he didn't have the dropsies in the second half of the year because he never got the ball.
Right.
But I'll say the God's honest truth is everybody, I'm sure you're included, I'm included, everybody is hyped about Dante Hightower, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's hyped.
You mean
6'5", 4'3" flat? Thornton.
I played with Hightower, so you already have.
Everybody's hyped about him, right?
Right.
Here's my prediction: Trey Tucker has a better year.
Wow.
Trey Tucker's gonna break out this year, bro. I don't know if he'll get to 1,000. I don't know if he'll get to 1,000, but Trey Tucker's gonna be making plays this year. I believe it because who has been the last 5 years, statistically, one of the most accurate deep ball throwers in the league.
Yeah.
We're talking top 5. Gino. I think Trey can get a step. I mean,
both Trey and Thornton showed that they can get a step. Let's be honest here, and I agree. I've already put it out there. This is it for me. I'm done with the AOC train. In fact, you see that brown helmet right there? You see it? It's an AOC signed helmet that's going on fire. It's half off because, I'll be honest. I'm done trying to push that narrative. I was one of his biggest supporters by far, but the bottom line is year 3. I need to see something.
Here's what I'll say about Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell, one, is an easy guy to root for. He is, right? He does all the right things. He says all the right things. And that goes back to even when he had to step in and be starter. I don't remember the game, but remember he hurt his hand and he had to come off. And he went into the locker room. He came back out and he told AP, no, I'm ready to go, right? He does everything right. He says everything right. All the reports about him are how hard he works and what he's been working on. But the reality is he's still the same guy. He still holds the ball too damn long, presumably because he doesn't go through his reads fast enough. He's still late with delivery. He still is not going to beat you out of the pocket. He's put in a ton of work, and I have nothing but mad respect for the guy. I'm still a fan of the guy, but I don't believe in the guy anymore.
Bingo. At some point, you have to come to grips with the reality.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it. I am at grips with what he is. And he's a great backup. He's going to be a great backup. He's not going to lose you games. He's not going to throw a ton of picks. It's just he's not going to be much better than what I think we've already seen.
I'm at the point where if they announce tomorrow that they let AOC go and sign Carson Wentz to be the backup, I'd be happy.
You'd be happy with Carson Wentz, huh?
Over AOC, yeah.
AOC, better quarterback for sure. He's definitely a better quarterback. I just want to go young. I'm tired, and I get it.
That's what Cam Miller is.
No, I agree, Cam. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Wentz is he?
Oh, I got you. So you would elevate Cam to the main backup?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If I do that, I gotta have somebody in mind in the draft, right? To bring up and put on the practice squad or something. I don't know. It's a tough situation right now. It really, honestly, is just a tough situation, but a lot of people love Cam. I've seen the kid play up close and personal on a few occasions, as well as obviously watching him on television for years. And he's got it in that respect. But is he the next Tom Brady because Brady handpicked him? Come on, guys. You're going too far with it. It's just too early to know. It's too early to know. But he can ball. I mean, he showed it. He can ball. He can ball. And what I see, and that's what I should say. I would rather Cam Miller than Carson Wentz. Honestly, just throw the young buck in, see if he can sink or swim. At this point, I'm tired of these old veterans that aren't going to win us any games. And again, they may win us some, but you know what I mean. Meaningful.
I think. Well, first off, let's be honest. I think AOC sticks. He's going to be the main backup.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going anywhere. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, what else?
I think if you jettison Aiden without bringing in a veteran like a Carson, it doesn't have to be Carson Wentz, but like a Carson Wentz, and you just say, okay, Cam Miller's our guy, then what you're saying is, if anything happens to Geno, we're looking forward to the draft.
Basically.
You talked earlier about how we can't get superstars yet.
Nope.
You can't give up on it. Let's say, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Let's say something happens to Geno week 5. Okay. Right. We still got 12 games to play.
Right. No.
If you go with 12 games to play, you go, we're just looking forward to the draft. Right. Who the hell is going to sign with you?
No, I agree, man. This is another reason why, shout out the rundown. This is why we should. I don't know what's going on between Shador and Tom. Like, none of this stuff makes sense. Nothing that happened to Shador Sanders made sense to me. And I mean, now that I brought his name up, what's your thoughts? What's your honest? And hey, don't be real about it. If you didn't think he was good, if you didn't think, don't fall into peer pressure. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I thought he was good enough.
Let me qualify it. Right. I didn't think he was talked about as a top 10 pick, top 5 pick even. I didn't think he was anywhere close to a top 5, top 10 pick. I thought he was probably a 3rd round guy. Wow. He hasn't shown the arm strength. He hasn't really run much of a diverse offense. He had the benefit of having arguably the best player in college football on the receiving end. He was doing all kinds of yak, right? Had what do you have, a barely winning record, and he's going to come with the media circus that he came with. He didn't even go to the draft, decided he was going to throw his own party, right? Catered it out for $1 million. That's a hard culture sell. So I thought maybe 3rd round. I honestly thought that we were going to take him where we took Charles Grant.
Right.
I honestly did.
I think everybody's a lot of people, definitely the Shador Sanders fans up pissed off.
And I would have been happy with him there.
Right.
I would have been happy with him there. But I don't think with all. And here's the other thing is that a lot of it doesn't even necessarily have to do with saying that he's terrible, because I don't think anybody was saying that. It was just
there are a lot of people that he's not good. They're idiots. Yeah, they chalked it up to his daddy.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah.
But again, the offense. How many you saw the clips with him and Cam Ward before or working out before the draft?
Oh, yeah.
And Cam Ward saying, "Oh yeah, I could have had your completion percentage, but I throw the ball downfield."
Correct.
That's coming from Cam Ward.
Right. I agree. No, I agree. I agree to what
So I mean, when you've got this kid that it's not you thought he was entitled. He was entitled. Did you see the footage of his draft party shit day after day after day? The kid was entitled, 100%, right? And then there's all the stories about how he's telling teams, "Oh, you shouldn't bother picking me," right? He's blowing off interviews.
We can't believe that stuff. We can't believe that.
No. Listen, if it was one story, I wouldn't believe it. If it was two stories, maybe I wouldn't believe it. How many came out? And what happened to where there's smoke, there's fire, bro?
Nah, not with this one. This one, we definitely big time agree, disagree. Because Shedeur has been nothing, honestly, but a saint. And this is one of those things where when your daddy is who your daddy is, you're catching all of this heat because of it, and it's not going to matter, in my opinion, because I think the kid did everything to show exactly. You think he was entitled and spoon-fed? I think it was the exact opposite. I think he got worse treatment than a person that had his stature could have gotten, meaning that his daddy could have had him at USC. His daddy could have had him at all the best schools and did all of that. But what did his daddy do? His daddy said, "No, son, you're going to help me. You're going to help me, and I'm taking you to where it don't matter. And we're going to build this thing up to show that not only dad can build the program, but my son can play at any level." See, and I don't see it as an entitled at all. I think they literally got it out the mud. There's no other way to get it out the mud.
I disagree. You remember the watch, the celebrations, right? Hold on. Let me finish now. He threw his own draft party, had it all catered in, decorated, all this stuff. He wasn't going to go to the draft, right? And then and here's a kid that's got some swagger, cocky even, has some entitlement, has some money. Let me throw another name at you. Johnny Manziel.
They're not even in the same stratosphere.
You don't think that people saw how Manziel, with that same cockiness, that same entitlement, that same money, you don't see how he flamed out and people would go, shit, maybe this ain't the kid for us?
They aren't remotely close to the same type of kid. And everybody,
I know, because Johnny Manziel won more games.
Well, look where Johnny Manziel came. See, and that's what I'm trying to say. See, everyone wants to talk about it, but then when you tell them about how they started from the bottom and they still Shedeur never has had any kind of talent like a Johnny Manziel had around him. Guess who Johnny Manziel's wide receiver was? You're talking
Was it Travis Hunter?
Yeah, it was actually better than Travis Hunter. His name was
Mike Evans. I know.
You don't remember who his quarterback is? I mean, wide receiver named Mike Evans, only one of one that's gotten 1,000-yard receiving seasons. And
say they're not comparable. Travis Hunter just won the Heisman.
I understand that, but Travis Hunter hasn't had 10,000-yard seasons in the NFL yet. Travis Hunter has done nothing in the NFL.
At that time, neither had Mike Evans.
Well, I agree, but you can't say that now because Mike Evans has been in the league for a decade now, and he's obviously shown he's nothing to play with. And it's obvious Johnny Manziel had him, not only just him. I mean, the list can go on. And don't get me wrong, the list can also go on for Shedeur offensively, but the buck stops at A, the offensive line, and then B, the defense. And we all know, Big 12, Johnny Manziel played in the SEC. You're talking Texas A&M. One of the
linebacker, you baby,
on the planet. Exactly. He had all the talent around him. Absolutely, he was going to win more games. You know what I'm saying? And that's I just don't like that the kid literally did it from the gutter. But no one gives him credit for that. No one's actually talking about how he literally did this in the.
Are you telling me
he started at an S?
Are you telling me that Deion Sanders' kid started in the gutter?
He did. You think Jackson State? I don't even know the name of it. What is it called? Jackson State. It's Jackson State. I mean, that's a nobody. I mean, even Shannon Sharp's HBCU was more known than Jackson State. Even Jerry, Mississippi Valley, even Jerry Rice's HBCU was better known than Jackson State. And then when they went there, Jackson State was garbage. Just like Colorado with a 1-11 record. They went there with nothing and built it, bro. That is getting it out the mud. There is no other definition. How do you go from nothing? You're talking an HBCU. We're not talking about they went to a bum SEC school, which is still 10 times better than an HBCU. There are some junior colleges that'll be HBCU teams, bruh. And you know I'm right. That is the good.
And you know what one of them is? Honest to God, you know what one of them is? It's a feeder school for Texas A&M called Blinn College. It's where Cam Newton went.
Isn't it in Nebraska? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, yes, that is the gutter. That's the gutter.
But I'm not talking about – what I'm talking about is the attitude going into the draft process between Shedeur and Johnny Manziel. The sense of – now, listen, I know you say you don't – agree with the report.
I didn't read those reports.
I said there were too many reports of teams saying he wasn't prepared, he wasn't interested, he wasn't. And I think that's where you draw the comparison to Manziel is in the entitlement and lack of professionalism.
So this is the part. So this is the part, Scott. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to go find all of his takes. Go find every last one of his takes on the podium. Anytime a reporter is in his face, go look at his responses. And you tell me that sounds like a kid that is a bad kid that went into an interview unprepared and all this other foolishness and nonsense. Now, what I will also make sure you are challenged on is, do you know what type of deal that he has?
Say that again?
Do you know what type of deal?
Oh, yeah, he's got a bad deal. He would have made more money at Colorado.
No. See, you don't understand. No, he's the first player ever of this kind of stature. He's the only player. He made more than any other player in this draft. Oh, hands down, just off of jersey sales alone. Yes, go check out his. I'll
take your word for it.
Go check out.
I know. After that preseason game, he got a Nike deal.
Well, he already had it. See, this is This is the other part of the problem of why the other owners did not want to sign him. When you go look at his contract, he gets paid for his likeness. He gets stuff that no other player has ever gotten ever in NFL of all time, ever.
I didn't know any of that.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. You got to start reading between the lines, buddy. I promise you, the Shedeur is not. We all know the knuckleheads. So that's the thing. That's why it's so sickening for this narrative to this type of kid. You know what I mean? It's not, and this is where I think you'll understand. Do you think that Ruggs was a knucklehead before he did what he did? Exactly. And Shedeur is probably 10 times better of a kid, to be honest, because of the way he was brought up.
You got to promise me something.
Shortcuts. His daddy didn't let him get a shortcut at all.
You got to promise me something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have never seen you this worked up and animated. We got to talk about Shedeur Sanders every time I come on this show.
No, because it's the problem is, of all the kids that should get a bad rap, right, that do come out way over all these things, he's none of those things. He's getting this because of his daddy. I think a lot of what happened was Deion made that comment about where they wasn't going. I guarantee you if Deion had to do that all over again, he wouldn't.
Which that was bullshit, because Archie Manning said the same thing when Eli came out.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. But
that was bullshit.
Even worse is he didn't say it. Meaning Shedeur didn't go tell his daddy to go running his mouth to say stuff like that. But now Shedeur's the one getting punished.
That was one of those storylines that I really didn't like, because they were like, "Oh, well, Deion said." Well, so did Arch Manning. Archie Manning said, "Well, Eli's not going to the Chargers. That's why he ended up in New York." And
I really think the biggest problem is his contract. And I think if you well, you know what? That's what we're gonna do.
No, we're not. We're gonna go to the chat. To see you get that loud, hell yeah, we're going to the chat.
Hold on. Differences. No, because I'm telling you, it's epic. So all right, so yeah, it's gonna take me too long to find it, because you know what I mean, it's one of those things where it didn't come out for whatever reason, but after it finally went through, and then that's why everybody was like, oh wow, because he made so much money off of those 250 million or 250,000 in jersey sales. Something like that alone had made him the highest of all draftees, including the first rounders, because of the deal he has. And like, you notice how his brother gets to walk around with him everywhere on the field. That's all around. That's guaranteed. It's in his contract. He gets a percentage of anytime the NFL uses him. You know how the players can't get money from the NFL using him?
Man.
Shedeur Sanders is getting money from the NFL using him.
Tip of the hat.
Yeah, now you're starting to see different.
You know, I'm always a fan of the players getting paid because they're the ones
getting their
necks on the line. But what does the chat say about this? I'm interested.
And
that was an impassioned turf.
I do agree with you though that you know what I mean. It's clearly the kid grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. There's no question. I mean, you can't be Deion Sanders' son without that.
And I'll tell you what, I don't hold that against him because if I win $1 billion tomorrow, you think my grandkid doesn't automatically have a silver spoon?
No, you gotta get him the best.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You wouldn't do for your kids? Of course. I don't begrudge them that. But the way that it plays out in terms of a team culture was kind of what was my concern with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope. No, absolutely. We got Pigs in the building, man. You already know that's my guy, man. Shout out to Pigs. My man says so many top picks get crushed with unrealistic expectations. He can only go up from here. I agree, and I'm assuming he's definitely talking about Sanders. He also says, yeah, Sanders will be fine playing under the radar. Being a low pick is an advantage. I think, yeah. And if you listen to his takes, meaning Shedeur's takes, that's how he's viewing this. He's the humble one. He's like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm excited. You got people trying to say, oh, they set him up to fail. He's like, man, I appreciate the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I challenge you to listen to what he says. Because you'll realize that all of that stuff we were getting fed by the media, it was all mumbo jumbo.
Okay, but hang on. If you were expected to be a top 10 pick and you fall to day 3, saying that I'm happy to get the opportunity, that's the easy narrative. Any good agent is going to tell his kid, hey, this is what you need to say. He's saying the right things. I don't disagree with you. But he's also saying the textbook things that his PR person would tell him to say.
And that's my point. So he'll do it there, but he won't do it behind closed doors to try to get a job. Come on, man.
I can see that argument.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree, but I can see the argument.
It wouldn't make any sense. I want to be the most public and, be the outstanding, but behind closed doors, be a menace. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense at all. But again, I get it. Look, I understand people don't like the brash quarterback, and it's not a race thing. It's in some ways it is a class thing. Sometimes it can be a class thing because people have a hard time with people that grew up with money. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying it is true. I mean, I've been around plenty of people. Silver spoon, you know what I mean? He didn't have to work for nothing, and then they don't realize. That dude was in the gym this morning at 4:30. Where was you at? Right. You know what I mean? But
it's funny how brashness is sometimes something to be admired and sometimes something to be despised, right? Because go back. Oh shit! I'm drawing a blank on the kid's name, and that's a shame because he's a hell of a player, and everyone's going to make fun of me. He's the guy I wanted the Raiders to trade up and draft. Not last year. The quarterback for the Commanders.
Oh, Jaden Daniels. Yeah. We all wanted Jaden Daniels.
I know. But Jaden, what'd they say? He cocky, had swagger. And for him, it was a positive. Right? For him, it was a positive.
Absolutely.
And then for the next guy, it's not. And I wonder what it is.
I mean, see, the thing is again, it's a fine line. I don't think there's ever been a quarterback that isn't cocky. Even if they don't, you know what I mean, show it.
Yeah.
You have to have that in order to be an NFL quarterback, in my opinion. I just don't see how you can survive without some kind of a chip or something on your shoulder, if you will. You gotta have some kind of confidence and bravado to you.
Oh, for sure.
position,
For sure.
right? Like,
For sure.
I
Well,
think
I mean,
it's the same.
not even just the quarterback position, any position.
That's what I was
You
gonna
can't be a left tackle.
The only
Right.
place that I don't see the real true mumbo jumbo, and you want to know why, is because everybody knows that's where the game is won and lost. In the trenches, baby. Them big boys don't need to be brash. They already know. Right? Everybody that's watching the game already knows the 300-pounders don't need to sound tough. Now, everybody else, they got egos, they got to have that confidence, etc., but not those big boys. So,
What do you think about John Gruden's case? Did you see this?
yeah, he got awarded, right? He won that. So I wonder how that.
No. So what he won, and he won it in Nevada Supreme Court. The NFL is surely going to appeal it to the United States Supreme Court.
Okay.
But the Nevada Supreme Court came back in a 5-2 decision and said that John Gruden's case has to go to trial, not to arbitration. Because if it goes to arbitration, the arbiter will be Roger Goodell, and since Roger Goodell is a named defendant in the case, it would give Goodell too much power. Now, what that means? Now, let's rewind. Obviously, we know a couple of things. One, I don't condone the shit that Gruden said in his email.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Nobody does. Okay?
It's without being.
But two, what was the joke at the time? The joke was hundreds of hours of investigative research, tens of thousands of documents reviewed for the Washington Commanders scandal. And the Raiders coach gets fired?
Yes!
Right? That was the joke, right?
Didn't make any sense.
So I don't condone what he said. I don't, I believe he's gotten so many character references from players that have played for him.
Correct.
That I can't condone what he said. I don't think it makes him a shitty person per se. Obviously someone who had room for improvement.
Yes.
And also because we're Raiders, fuck the NFL. I hope Gruden kills him.
Right.
Now, what's important about it not going to arbitration and them saying it's going to go to litigation is the fact that in litigation there's discovery. Right. And so his lawyers are going to subpoena all communication between the NFL executive offices prior to them leaking the initial round of those emails. Because for those that may have forgotten, they initially leaked some Gruden emails. Mark Davis stood by Gruden. We went out. We won that weekend. And then on Monday, because Mark Davis didn't fire him, the NFL released a second round of leaked emails. And it was after that Gruden was forced to resign.
Right.
So all of the communication that went into planning the release of those documents and why those documents to the exclusion of other documents. Oh, and by the way, all of the documentation that they may have found when investigating the Commanders that they should have been focusing on. Right. All of that stuff would now be subject to discovery. And that's incredible. And that will also never happen. If the United States Supreme Court, if they go that far, if the United States Supreme Court says, we agree with the lower court's ruling and this has got to go to trial, the NFL will settle with Gruden for 9 figures easy.
Easy, yeah.
And give him a path back to the sideline.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They'll have no choice. Well, on the league, if not.
Yeah.
He will go to NFL.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a huge decision. Decision. And the only last obstacle is if they take it to the United States Supreme Court. One, will the court hear it, right? Because if the court doesn't hear it, then the lower court stands. And if the court does decide to hear it, if they agree with the lower court, the NFL is over a barrel, man.
Right.
They are over a barrel.
Done.
Pulling for you, Coach Grew.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I was a huge Gruden fan, but I didn't hate the guy at all.
I thought that team was ascending.
To do it even before all of that nonsense. None of that. It's just, he wasn't our coach per se. We had gotten him and he had already won, right? I hate when you get a coach that already won. Well, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
I need it, but you just know.
Dude,
what
we have one now, man. What are you talking about?
Well, that's because we needed something. We need.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we needed. I don't know if you saw that. Shout out to Raider Nation 510. I have posted Pete tackle Gruden today. I don't know if you saw that.
Uh-uh.
His son Deuce, right? Isn't his son named Deuce?
Yeah, Deuce. He's built like a freaking tank.
Yes, and Pete tackled him on the grass today. Yes, shout out to Pete, just trying to get himself put in hospice. I don't know why. Dude, stop. And that, look, man, don't get hurt, Pete. That's all I'm saying, Pete. Don't get hurt, man. We don't need
you in a bad spot, man.
You're
putting me in a bad spot. My initial reaction was Pete's too old, and now I got to defend this man.
And I've been doing it with you. Scott, we're on the same team, brother.
All right.
That's why, I've got to defend him too, man. And
you know what we haven't done?
He's making it hard.
You know what we haven't done? We haven't looked at the offensive side of the roster.
We have not.
We sidetracked so hard.
We did.
So obviously we're going to start. We already really touched on it, so let's just review kind of what we were saying about the quarterback room.
Correct.
I like Geno. Geno's an upgrade over Gardner, but
correct.
The truth is a potted house plant is an upgrade over Gardner. So, but I like Geno. I like the fact that he throws the deep ball and we got speed outside.
Right.
Geno to Tyler Lockett was special for a reason.
It was very, very special.
And it wasn't just because of Lockett. You know what I mean? That's why I'm predicting a breakout year for Trey, by the way. Now, AOC, we already talked about it. Love the guy. Cheer for the guy. Fan of the guy. Don't believe in the guy.
It's not it. It's just not it. I'm sorry.
Cam Miller, I don't have an opinion yet. It was one preseason game. One preseason game against fellow third stringers. He showed enough to go, maybe we should see more of him next week. That's my entire opinion on Cam Miller.
Correct.
You know what I mean? If we want to go tight ends, I think we're setting Michael Mayer up.
Yeah.
I still think he's going to get traded.
Wow.
I still think he's going to get traded.
Wow. I don't think we have enough to trade him.
Ian Thomas, right? And then Ismail.
Yeah. Quadrate's son.
Yeah.
Man.
I think all these reports are coming out about how great Michael Mayer. I think we're still trying to move him.
Right.
I think so. Brock is Brock. He is not going to have the numbers this year that he had last year.
You don't think so?
In part because now everybody knows. He's not a secret. He's not a rookie. And I think with Geno, the upgrade really cannot overstate what an upgrade from Gardner Minshew Geno Smith is. And so Geno will be able, I think, to distribute the ball across the board a little bit more rather than panicking and locking in on one guy. And I told you this before. I believe that that's the proper description of the type of football Minshew played was panic football.
Right.
That's what he played. Right. And I don't think Geno does that.
No.
So I think you'll see the ball distributed a little bit more. Running back, low key. I love the signing of Raheem Mostert.
Hey.
I love it.
You saw that one run he had.
That dude is fast.
Bro, everybody thought I was crazy when I started telling people he was the best running back we have in our backfield. That's the only proven one.
Well, what's he 2 years removed from 20 plus touchdowns?
That's what I'm saying. He's the only proven one. And he's literally got Olympic track speed.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand. That's why I say you watch the one run for 10 yards he had, then you can understand maybe why somebody's like, well, what the heck is this Janty thing we just got? When that dude just got out there for one run and, you know what I'm saying, looked like he could, run like lightning. And Janty don't look like that. And you want to know why? Because Janty don't be like
Again, don't bury Genty on 3 carries, bro.
I'm not burying him at all. I think he's going to be a good running back. I just don't think he had any chance in hell to live up to what they put him in.
Yeah.
There's no way he could live up to be the number 6 pick. It's just not possible. Yeah. It's just not. It's just not possible.
You know, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to hope and pray that you're wrong beyond just being a Raider fan.
Yeah.
Right when the NFL season and college football seasons ended, and we found out where the Raiders were going to draft, my 10-year-old grandson, after about a solid 30 minutes of research, said, I want to take Genty. We got to take Genty.
Right,
we got to take Genty.
Right.
And he beat that drum for months. So when draft day comes, he and I are sitting down here watching the draft, and they announce Genty. And you would have thought it was Christmas morning.
Oh, absolutely.
So for my grandson, not just for your sake, my sake, or the nation's sake, the team's sake, for my grandson's sake, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, baby.
I think I'm with you. I hope I'm wrong too. And I think we just put the cart before the horse, man. You know what I mean? We didn't solidify our offensive line.
Offensive line, I think we can agree Colton Miller's the guy, right? DJ Glaze is going to be the guy on the other side.
Glaze did not fare well.
Okay. But he's going to be that guy on the other side. He played well last year. He exceeded expectations last year. Let's hope we see that.
That's what I was going to say, because guess what? Just because you have a sophomore slump doesn't mean you're bad either, and that's my point. You can't just automatically assume he's going to take the lead. The only time we assume and absolutely expect you to take that next level step is after year 3. There's no question after that. Year 3 is make it or break it. It's usually contract, right? All kinds of other things that go along with that. This is why everybody's on Trey Tucker's ass right now. It's year 3.
Well, where I was going with that is that I feel pretty comfortable with Miller and Glaze, right? More so, obviously, with Miller than Glaze.
Correct.
But the inside of that, line, especially with the stuff going on between JPJ and Meredith, I don't know. I'm going to be right back. I got to run for just 1 second. I'll be 30 seconds.
No, do your thing. Hell yeah, do your thing. I'll get through all of our outstanding chat members. ALC for Joe Miller, man. I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. Raider Nation 510. I mean, I've moved on. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm one of the biggest ALC fans of all time. I was ready to move. I was ready to move on. Straight up ready to move on. Everyone was wrong about Hurts. I know 2 people that knew. Everyone is just as wrong with Shador. I'm with you, Reese. 100%. Hands down with you in terms of that. Yeah, I don't know any other way to say it. I think everybody's wrong with Shador too. I think the work ethic is there. I think, right, he's showing everything that you want to see out of a rookie. All those good things, man. So we shall see, man. Cam slinging that rock in practice today. Assuming you talking about that Cam Miller. I think the kid has a chance, man. We'll have to see. We'll see if all those rumors are true about them trying to, call for him to see if we willing to do something. That's what they've been saying. 8 or 9 teams have been calling. I mean, there's always some wild rumors. We all know, right? Yep, we all know. Yes. You're right, pigs. Eli Manning had negative aura and still won the Super Bowl. Eli Manning always just had that stupid look on his face, too. That used to bother all them Giant fans. They couldn't stand it. It didn't matter whether he threw a pick or a touchdown. It was that same stupid look. As far as Eli Manning, what he would have on his face. So yeah, man. Pretty funny. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Take a break whenever you need, bro. Shoot, this is.
I
What do you need?
the chat knows. I was telling Turf before we got on that I have a Great Dane, best dog I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But I left some stuff on the kitchen counter, and I heard him come in. And my dog is so big, he doesn't have to jump on the counter. He just does this, and he's on the counter.
That's funny. Yeah, he'll
So
get
yeah,
quick.
he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Honest to God, my dog weighs 5 pounds more than I do.
So he's walking you.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Anyway, so we were talking offensive line.
Yes, I
Um,
got it.
Yeah, I don't like the interior of our line, particularly if you move Jackson away from center.
Correct.
I don't have the confidence that I have in Dylan Parham. Is I have confidence that he will be capable.
Right.
You know, the confidence that I have in Alex Kappa is less than that. The confidence that I have in Jordan Meredith, who I like a lot. And by the way, his mom is the cutest thing ever. You met her in Denver, and you've never seen mom. Meredith wasn't even playing yet, but
Right.
he was on the team, and you've never seen a mom so proud of her son. She's
Oh,
the
yeah.
sweetest thing. But I like him. Here's the problem with that is, do I trust him more than I trust Parham? I would say yes, but then I would also ask myself, but is it because I like him and his mom was cool?
Right.
I don't know if I can answer that.
You've been a little biased.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So the interior, and then the rookies we drafted, I don't even know what to think of them. I mean, we don't know anything yet. We have no data. So I feel really confident in Colton Miller. I feel pretty confident in DJ Glaze. As long as we keep messing around and moving Jackson to guard, I don't. Those three interior pieces, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could go bad.
I'm nervous because I think it's too late to move them back. I'm taking one from Rundown's page. Shout out to Rundown. He thinks it's time to just move forward. Keep Meredith at center. Keep Jake. Because the bottom line is, when do we give these guys a chance to gel? Well, how you can't keep switching these positions and all of a sudden now they're going to play well together?
True. I mean, think about the last great offensive line we had, right? I can still name them for you. Right to left.
Right.
Lincoln Kennedy, Frank Middleton,
Yeah.
Barrett Robbins,
Yeah.
Mo Collins,
Right.
Barry Sim. And those guys were together for years. They were together for years.
Takes time.
Right? So yeah, I tend to agree with you there. You have to give them time to gel, to know the calls, to know their responsibilities on the calls.
Right.
So yeah, I would say that I feel about the offensive line the same way. Well, similar to the way I look at our corners, and that is just a lot of unknowns.
Right. Yeah, it just makes you uneasy. It makes you uneasy.
So then we go out to wide receiver, where I've already told you Trey Tucker's going to have a breakout year.
Right.
Gino can throw that. Gino can spin it. Gino can spin it. Right.
Right.
And I think Trey Tucker is going to be the primary beneficiary of that, because even though we're all excited about Thornton, the knock on him was limited route tree. Right. That was a knock on him. Tucker doesn't have that. Tucker, this is his third year, so I expect a lot more from him. Now, am I still high on Thornton? Yeah. How could you not be? How could you not be? Dude, it's understood that preseason depth charts don't mean anything, but this is the second week in a row that Thornton is starting at wide receiver. He's listed as the one, So yeah, I'm super excited about him. This Bachman kid has been. You could look at him and say, "Oh, he's been a revelation," but then you could also go back and look at through Raiders history. Just the sheer number of receivers that look dominant in the preseason, and then you never hear from them, right? My personal favorite would be Kenny Shedd. Kenny Shedd.
Okay, yeah.
Kenny Shedd used to own the preseason, and in the season, you know what he did? Special teams gunner. So
Right.
I'm not gonna get too on the Bachman bandwagon. I'm not gonna get too on the Jackson bandwagon, even though he had a hell of a game and that was a great catch, great throw by Cam Miller to him. The one guy that I'll say, hey, what's going on is Besh.
Yeah.
Why do we hear about everyone except him?
Well, I've heard he's been doing well, man. First off, shout out to Toko Light on that TikTok scene, man. He also stated Tucker's definitely been slept on for the past 2 years. So you got people agreeing with you, man. Trust me, you and Rundown are in love. I shouldn't say in love, but you guys really believe he's going to have a breakout year.
I'm gonna tell you, one of these days you got to get me on with Rundown too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I've never met Rundown. That's my dude.
None of us. I'm the only one that's met Rundown in person so far. Dude, the whole TRS group. No, we actually call him a bot. We call him all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'm telling you, Rundown, that's my dude. I hope his baby's sleeping through the night by now. Probably not. That's my guy. So when you talk to him, you tell him I said, what's up?
Absolutely, man. But yeah, definitely. He feels the exact same way. A lot of people are like, bro, it's Tucker's year. I hope everybody's right because, man.
Well, like I said, I mean, it's not just, I mean, obviously all of it is speculation and wishful thinking and all that. But when you look, particularly in Tucker's case, if you look at what he did last year, he was getting a step on people. Like I said, early in the year, he had some dropsies. That's on him, right? But year is 3 now, right? It's year 3. He knows the route tree. This kid's been learning behind Jacoby Myers for now going on 3 years. He better know the route tree,
right? No,
right? If that kid shows up and sees how Jacoby works and doesn't emulate that, then there's a problem. And nobody's ever said that about Tucker. They've said he's a hard worker. They said he's doing,
I agree.
So you look at his ability to get a step last year with a quarterback that couldn't get it to him. You look at it's his 3rd year. You look at who has been mentoring him, who's been in the wide receiver room with him. You look at it's a Chip Kelly offense that we expect to be tailored to highlight the strengths of his players. And you look at the fact that one of Geno's strengths is throwing the ball deep and one of Tucker's strengths is getting deep. I mean, you got to expect this to be the year. If this ain't the year, then he's not on the roster next year.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
This has to be the year for him. And I do believe that it will be.
Right. Shout out to Alec M in the building. And actually, Alec, we're bringing in somebody we haven't talked about, man. And shame on us because he is Raider royalty by way of his great uncle. And that is Shedrick Jackson. Number 4, wide receiver. He had a fire game. You're absolutely right. And you know what? If y'all don't know anything, y'all should absolutely already know that I am the biggest touchdown Tommy Mellitt fan that's on the planet. But Raider Nation 510, you're right. Even my guy from my alma mater played where I played. Tommy is not better than Shedrick Jackson.
Tommy will be on the practice squad.
Yeah, I agree. I think touchdown Tommy is going to hit the practice squad. And obviously.
Which, by the way, is by no means a kiss of death.
Oh, heck no!
Our starting safeties are Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Polamalu. Where did Isaiah start?
Right.
Practice squad.
Correct. He sure did.
So Tommy, you still got this.
I agree, bro. I agree, and trust me, He already know his Bobcat brothers got his back. We already, we already gonna pump that life in him.
Yeah.
Just keep grinding.
And then I guess the last guy that we didn't really talk about, we talked about the position group, but we didn't talk too much about him, which is, again, shame on us because this guy deserves to be talked about. He finally started getting his flowers last year, but Jacoby Myers is consummate professional. I tell you, one of the things I respected about him last year was when the Devontae Adams thing happened.
Right.
I remember they interviewed a bunch of people in the locker room within the organization. And Jacoby Myers was the one that said, yeah, you're damn right it's going to be a distraction. We have to block the noise out and keep producing. And he did. I love Jacoby Myers. I think last year he got his flowers, and yet somehow he's still criminally underrated. He's a football player, man. He
is.
He is the dog in that room that you hope every other receiver follows. Even if you believe another receiver behind him may have more talent and upside, for right now, you want him to follow Jacoby Myers and soak up everything they could soak up from Jacoby Myers because he's like that.
No, I agree. Now, my question to you is, do you really think that we can have a decent season offensively without a true number one wide receiver? Do you really believe we can do that? Or are you chalking it up to Brock Bowers can be considered our number one, or maybe Thornton is going to fill in? Is that right? Because I'll be honest, I don't think we have a number one wide receiver, and I think we will gravely pay for it if we go into game one without one. I think it's going to be a problem.
I think that Minnesota didn't think they had a number one wide receiver Justin Jefferson's rookie year.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna go with that one.
I'm just messing with it. I mean, one, I say it, ridiculously. But the other thing is, we don't know what we have.
No, I agree.
We don't know what we have. But to your point, yeah, you look at the roster right now, you look at it and you go, yeah, there's no number one. Do I think we can still be successful with that? Yeah. Yeah, because I believe in Chip Kelly.
I'm seeing a lot of people, including Raider Nation 510, talk about Collier, man. People love Collier. Alec is talking about Collier. Reese, I think, says something about Collier. And they also compared his speed, Collier's speed, to Mostert. And Mostert runs with the best of them, bro. They're saying Collier. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Mostert, Collier, and Thornton, right? And then obviously Trey Tucker. Those are our, fast guys.
So question, do you think we carry four backs?
Yes, 100%.
Because Genty's there, Mostert's there. It looks like Zamir White is there, right? It looks like Zamir White's still there.
What we have is nobody's ever stayed healthy a full season in terms of who is back there. So you'd be crazy.
So do you take Collier over Sincere McCormick, who averaged, over 5 yards a carry last year?
Not, but I'm biased. Everybody knows I'm a Sincere McCormick nutcase. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like I was for AOC, and I'm not ready to give up on Sincere. Sincere, he just needs a shot, in my opinion. I just think he needs a shot.
I felt so bad because last year he got the shot and he was taking advantage. What did he? I mean, look it up. He averaged 5.7 a carry, something ridiculous like that.
He was about to get it in, Scott. I hurt my heart. Hurt my heart, man, because that's my again, and I think y'all see why I thought he was. I mean, if you watched him in college, man, that kid, Sincere McCormick in college at UTSA. But you notice I don't harp on it. Why? Because what conference, right? Where does the UTSA sit as far as University of Texas, San Antonio? It's not the SEC. It's not the Big Ten. And in fact, I would have probably taken that division over the Mountain West. I'm just saying. And that's, people, I just wanted to say, man, look, nobody wants this to be a bad situation. but I don't think the kid had a shot to live up to what we've put him up against, even if his superpower carries. And this is one thing we haven't talked about, Scott. And I'm going to tell you what the problem is with Ashton Janty and why it's going to be a grave. There isn't going to be no in between. He doesn't have the speed to be an in between guy. Ashton Janty's superpower is the ability to break tackles and move. If he can't
balance,
if he can't do that in the NFL, I say it all the time. Shout out Kevin Samuels. He's average at best. Think about it. He runs like a 4.48 40. That's a pedestrian 40 time in the NFL today in terms of running backs. Most of them run sub 4.4s. They're even in the 4.3s now for the most part, right? Your Gibsons, your Gibbs, you don't even need to go there, right? And again, like I say, no one is really expecting him to last a full season at 5'8", 200 and some odd pounds, and we've all seen him block. So now you're a liability and can't be, right? I mean, that's an automatic. He's got a lot of things to overcome. And that, we didn't even talk about the offensive line, bro.
We talked about the offensive line, bro, and we agree. We agree.
I mean, in terms of the running game and how that's going to fit with Ashton Janty, because you want to know what's funny? And now I'm really going to they're going to call me the biggest hater of all time.
Okay.
Ashton Janty and Zamir White have the same running style. It's the same. They have no shakes. They have no shakes. They run downhill. They run off tackle. They break tackles, and they're power backs. They are not shifty guys. You're not talking about a Shady McCoy or Charlie Gardner who could shake you in the phone booth. That's not Ashton Janty. He needs to hit. He's not a fast guy. He runs a 4.48 40. So if the hole closes fast that Moser can get through, Ashton Janty can't. And if he's not,
okay, no.
If he doesn't have the superpower that he had in college, which is breaking tackles, he's going to be average at best.
No, hold on, because you talk about the hole closing, right? And you have to have that speed to get to the hole, right?
You have to have it.
That is timing and IQ as well.
I agree.
Do you remember?
I agree.
Do you remember Justin Fargas?
Oh,
remember
absolutely.
Justin Fargas?
What
did Justin Fargas do? Justin Fargas ran into his right guard and left guard's ass all the time. All the time.
He was a dog.
You know how many times he got tackled by his own offensive line because he hit the hole before there was a hole?
Right.
Speed ain't everything.
No, no. And that's the thing. See, so I can admit this. That was my problem was I didn't have those gears. See, you're hitting it right on the head. Justin Fargas had the same problem I had, meaning that I don't have the ability to start and stop and have that gear and get to where I need to get to, like a Mostert that can just hit first, second, third gear like nothing. Me, I gotta hit it and I can't slow down and get back to hitting it again.
Right.
Them dudes can, right? A Barry Sanders, he's hitting every gear, every which way, full speed each way. I hit it and, man, I got to fall forward and find a gap and just get what I can get. I don't have that stop start and that type of a quickness and top end speed.
But I think Janty does.
Either. I don't think he does. I think Ashton Janty played in the Mountain West, and, you know, the people that he did have to break tackles from, he's never going to see in the NFL. None of those guys are ever going to make it in the NFL.
What kind of bet do we want to make?
What
kind of bet do we want to make?
I don't want to put nothing bad on this young man. I want this man to prove me wrong.
You know what? That's 100% fair. I don't want to put you in a situation where all of a sudden it's Sunday and you're going, God, I hope he doesn't get 20 more yards. I don't
want none of that.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I want the opposite.
You're right.
Again, I don't think, no matter what, I think the kid has a good career. I don't think he has a number 6 draft pick career. I don't see. And that's the big difference. That is the huge difference. And again, I told you why. I think we put the cart before the horse. You already saw he had nowhere to run.
So what do you think happens if first couple of games, Genty's ineffective, and Pete says, Raheem, you're the man up?
Yeah, and then he pops. It's going to be a problem.
You think? So then what does that have to do with offensive line?
Well, I just told you why. Because when that offensive line can create that hole that only a Kareem Mostert can hit based on that speed element,
All right.
that's the problem. And that's what I'm trying to say. See, that is going to be probably the problem we have, is that we don't have a line where things are gelling or even we don't even know what yet. So those holes, that's the thing about the NFL. It is quick. It's the speed of the game. Holes close drastically fast. And that's why you're seeing the Gibbs, the Buckies, right? These guys are quick. I guarantee you these guys are running serious 40s in that first 10 yards, and they pop through these creases like nobody's business.
Right.
These other guys don't have that. And if they don't have vision on top of that, you're seeing them running into the backs and not getting much yards. But I mean, and I don't think that's going to be Ashton Jeanty at all.
Right.
My biggest fear is that he's just not fast enough. You know what I mean? Just think about it. Think about it if the roles are turned and we're using Adams as a linebacker to run down Jeanty. Adams is faster than Jeanty.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? Like, he ain't faster than Mostert, though.
So what you're saying is,
you put him in the pass game with Mostert, he's not faster than Mostert, so they got to get that linebacker off of Mostert.
So you're saying what I was saying last year, right? We should have kept Josh Jacobs?
Absolutely. At this point, I can agree with that.
So, listen, we've been on a while. I gotta go.
I'm talking to you.
But we always do. We always do. Like I said, chat, I love you. Turf, you know I love you. We could just be sitting at a sports bar drinking a beer and eating peanuts, and having these same conversations. And I appreciate you having me on. I'll come on any damn time you want to, because I've met you. I know you. You're a real ass dude. I love you. I'm going to say one thing before I go, because as a kid, I was super high on last year.
Yeah.
And everybody's shitting on right now. Thayer Munford, keep your head up. It gets better. You got this.
We do want Thayer to do some your rundown, but I got to get. You know what? You're coming up on the next Turf and Rundown, buddy.
All right, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna have you on the show. Hopefully, everything works out. You're in town or something. But yeah, we're going next Turf and Rundown is Monday. So next Turf and Rundown, man. Hopefully, you're available.
All right, brother. It's good seeing you. I'll talk to you later. I'll probably see you.
Thank you, bro. Absolutely appreciate it, man. Peace. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my guy. You already know, man. I could talk to Mr. Boe all day, every day. It was so much to talk about. Yeah, we were definitely about to get into it with the Shador stuff. I get it though. I see all the sides. I just don't think everybody looks at all the sides. And then you just got to have those other intangibles as far as knowing what's really going down, right? You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of. It's been a situation like that where I didn't really care for a player until I realized I had the wrong narrative, let alone, right, listening to the media, things along those lines. So, that can easily happen, man. Alec, trust me, man, I'm not hating, my guy. I agree. I think he's going to do well, too, man. I really do. Just not pick that 6 in the first round well. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I don't see that. So there's a lot going on, man. This was an excellent, well overrun show. I don't get Mr. Boe all the time, man. Pause. So next time we're gonna have Cammy pull up. If you guys are lucky enough to see them in person at a game, trust me, they never turn people away to take pictures, all that good stuff. You are in good hands. That is my brother, man. And as you can see, he talks ball. That man talks ball. Shout out to John Leon in the building. Salute Nation. ALC needs to go. I'm with you, John. And everybody knows, even me saying that right there, man. I've been the biggest ALC supporter. I even think ALC, if he, looked at my content, you know what I mean? I think he would agree, man. You supported me. I earned this. I earned this getting chucked to the side, and he earned it. Like, this is this third year. He's supposed to come out. He was supposed to come out making everybody wonder, is Gino the guy for the job? But we know Gino's the guy. Didn't do his job, so not from that respect. So it is what it is. But anyhow, man, everybody keep pouring in. It's time to go, man. Real talk. 8:05, man. If you weren't always on when I was on, man, I would have been had you on the show. We have to figure that out one of these days, man. We'll have a show. I cannot wait to chat and just chop it up with 8:05, man. That's gonna be a show. Maybe we'll do that in person. Real talk. Maybe we do that one in person, right? Yeah. We'll figure it out. But hey, you right, Alex. We ended on this one because that's exactly how we're supposed to end. Gino is our guy. That's our fearless leader. That's who we rocking with this season. It is what it is. I'm no longer doing the craziness. I'm not going to buy that jersey like I bought Minshew. Nope. I'm just going to rock, the whole jersey thing, right? We already went through the conversation of the money being spent, right? So, yeah. Home opener it is, man. Home opener it is 8:05. We will all be. That's going to be so wild. That's going to be wild. That is going to be a wild weekend. And with that, Turf is out. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the knockout canvas. Coach Angelo. That's the T, right? Changing it up. Instead of Turf is Professor, whatever black belt jiu-jitsu thing. And yeah, Thursday, Dead in the Water. You already know we'll be watching that game, man. So until then, Raider Nation, Turf is out. Peace.
Let's go, baby. We all the way on the fourth row, baby. Yeah. You look good in that silver and black. Talk about the game, so I'll be handing out cards and everything. I'll be at every Raider game. So.